DJ's True Crime 2026, turn the lights down low, let the darkness mix. Midnight whispers on an old back road. Every secret's got a story untold. Cold case files and a smoking gun. Truth runs deep where the shadows run. Footsteps echo in an empty hall. Somebody's watching from behind the wall. Red string tied to a photograph. Broken clocks in a shattered past. Every clue's just one more fix. Welcome to 2026. DJ's True Crime 2026. Twisted tales and dangerous tricks. Every lie's got a heavy price. Roll the tape, let's roll the dice. Heartbeat racing, ticking ticks. Truth cuts deep like sharpened sticks. If you're brave, come take your fix. DJ's True Crime 2026. Headlines screaming in black and white. City sirens in the dead of night. Coffee cold on a cluttered desk. One more name on the suspect list. Footprints fade in the falling rain. Every witness recalls the same. A fleeting face, a shadowed mix. Another mystery in 26. Maps on the wall with pins stuck in. Where do we start and where's it end? Truth don't sleep and neither do I. Chasing ghosts that never die. DJ's True Crime 2026. Secrets buried in the politics. Truth is sharper than it looks. Hidden deep between the books. Turn it up, let the story stick. Every twist hits hard and quick. Stay tuned for the final fix. DJ's True Crime 2026. In the midnight city where the neon lights glow, DJ's on the mic and the whole world knows. From the streets to the sky where the blue flames fly, we ride together strong, never asking why. Hear the beat of the drums like a dragon's roar. Every step we take makes the crowd want more. Through the fire and the night, we stand as one. When the music hits hard, that's when we run. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad, rising through the night, breathing blue fire, burning bright in the light. Hear the crowd scream loud when the bass drops hard. Stand up, stand proud for the Blue Dragon Squad. And the sound where the legends grow. Every beat we drop makes the whole place glow. From the underground vibes to the main stage flame. Blue dragons flying high in the game. Hear the thunder roll when the speakers pound. Feel the energy shaking the ground. Every soul in the room feels the spark ignite. Blue dragons rising in the night. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad, rising through the night, breathing blue fire, burning bright in the light. Hear the crowd scream loud when the bass drops hard. Stand up, stand proud for the Blue Dragon Squad. Dragon Squad. No fear, no change, just the rhythm we ride. Blue flames in our hearts, got the squad by our side. When the night falls down and the music's loud, you'll hear the roar of the dragon crowd. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad. Hear the legend call. Blue fire rising as the shadows fall. Hands in the air while the beat hits hard. Forever we ride. Blue Dragon Squad.
Sweet boy Sebastian, where are you? The stars stayed up all night waiting too. The next morning your mama came up. You weren't there, your room was empty. Sweet boy Sebastian, where'd you go? Room was still left the same as it was. The whole world has been searching, but there was no evidence of where you went. The wind whistles softly in the night and morning. It hums your name and hums the song of I am the tiger. It's so quiet without your laughter and smile. Life gets harder and harder every day. Sweet boy Sebastian, where have you gone? Everyone has searched through forests and water and near your house with no sighting or sin. If you're hiding, come out and come back. Sebastian, your dad is worried, and so is the whole wide world. Sebastian, where are you? Please show us signs wherever you may be. We are your army, sweet boy Sebastian, so please come home. So please.
Hello, hello. Can everyone hear me? And can everyone see me? Put a thumbs up or a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me. Jacob, I will let you up. Really, Jacob?
Hello there.
Really? Jacob, unmute yourself. Before we get started, I wanted to show you guys something. So, before both the twins passed away, my sister sent me home one of these, a parent that also had twins that were in the NICU made these little heart things where they put in incubators and these little heart things have the baby's scent on them. So it smells like a fresh newborn. I still haven't gotten one to do with Emerson yet, but I will. But let's wait for a couple more people to come in and then we'll get started. I'm just going to take my medications quickly because I forgot to this morning. So, sorry about that. And for those in the bushes, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And also share my channel out into the YouTube algorithm to help boost my channel up. That would be very much appreciated. we will get started. So we're gonna listen to something on one of Lolly's past live streams. Jacob, can you please put Lolly's link in my chat? Jacob. Jacob. Hey. Hey. Jacob. Hey. Jacob, I'm gonna drop you on your head.
What?
Can you drop Lolly's link in the chat?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Let's get started. And here we go. We're going to listen to her read a post. So, here we go. Alrighty then.
Are you taking me to soccer? Am I finally getting the...
It's just on a commercial. We'll be getting started right away. Okay.
And crazy it gets. Just treasure it. But anyways, well, tonight we're going to talk about Sebastian. And I'm going to read a couple of things here. Let me find out where I put them. Find out where they are. You can't do that. That's illegal. Blah, 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 blah. Well, here, if we look at this real close, first of all, yes, a private citizen, including a past felon, can make a citizen's arrest in Tennessee if they have reasonable cause to believe that a felony has been committed.
Which, in my opinion, I'm going to pause there for a minute. In my opinion, what's going on with Sebastian's case is a felony and is a crime. So, in my opinion, and allegedly, the people that are involved in the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, they should be arrested and put behind bars.
And then hindsight put out misconception. A citizen arrest cannot be done by someone with a past felony. So that got cleared up. We want to make sure that is definitely known. And then I was going to read this for you, put out by War Damn Eagle. Oh, no. This isn't put out by her. This is something I found and I wanted to read over it with you guys. It says Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was last seen February 26, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He was wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, black square frame glasses. Sebastian has medical conditions, including autism, that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance.
Which, with the pocket.
And then it goes on to tell you can call the...
Why isn't it pausing? Okay. Which, to do with the pocket of fluid on his brain, that is a medical health condition. So why is it that his mother did not go and check on him if she heard a thud or a bang? Very suspicious.
Hendersonville Sheriff's Department there, Sumner County, or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Tips are to TBI at tbi.tn.gov. You may contact your local FBI office, the nearest American embassy or consulate, or you can submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. So that page had some good information on it, but I just wanted to
Okay. Now I'm done sharing that. Now we're going to watch some videos. Jacob, did you drop Lolly's link in chat? Okay, here's the first video. Sebastian Rogers missing. Trash truck. Video and police. Don B. Let's watch this.
Guys, let's talk a little bit. Oh, by the way, hop in, have a seat, let's go for a ride. Let's talk a little bit about Sebastian Rogers and the press conference, and just a little bit about what everybody's been saying. I've noticed when I was analyzing the press conference,
Sub up to Lolly if you haven't.
I can't think of his
And
name.
there is
Nick
Don
something. He done an
B.
interview with the sheriff. That's what I really want to talk about. The interview with the sheriff. Anyway, this Nick guy with the news station, I guess, asked the sheriff about the security video of the lights, right? And we all know Seth come out and said, Seth is Sebastian's biological father, by the way, if y'all don't know, if you're just tuning in to the case. Anyway, Seth said there was a trash truck. So when asked about that by the reporter, the sheriff said he wasn't exactly, he wasn't going to talk about it. He wasn't going to say he wasn't going to talk about it at all. And the reporter asked, why is that something that could come out later down the road? And he said, I'm not going to talk about it. So, and I got to looking at those lights, guys. I got to looking at those lights. If I'm not mistaken, the trash truck has an arm on it that grabs the cans and takes it up and dumps it into the thing and then brings the can back down. There's no, some people are saying, well, maybe it's the guys on the trash truck and their flashlights. And the other thing too, if it was a trash truck with guys hanging off the back of it, the trash truck is required by OSHA, if it's dark like that, to have its hazard lights on, the flashers. And I didn't see any flashers in that. I didn't see no kind of flashing lights at all, just solid lights, like flashlights or headlights. But it's very interesting to me that the sheriff wouldn't talk about that, guys. So
I agree with Dawn. That is very interesting that the sheriff wouldn't talk about it. Wouldn't talk about that trash truck. It's very suspicious.
Seth said, again, this is Sebastian's biological dad. Seth said there's nothing to the video. It was just a garbage truck. So what's going on here, guys? Why would Seth say that when the sheriff, I mean, why would Seth even say anything about it when law enforcement don't even want to discuss it? You know what I mean? They don't even want to discuss it. And there's a reason why law enforcement does everything they do. And for them not to want to discuss the trash truck, supposed trash truck surveillance video, I really wonder about that now, guys. I really wonder about that. Again, the press conference really wasn't much of nothing. No information. We're still basically gathering information. They don't suspect any foul play at this time. No, nobody's been looked at criminally at this time. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. So just wanted to bring this to you and ask you what you think about that. If you've seen the interview that this Nick guy done with the sheriff, great. If you haven't and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll be glad to play it for you. So let me know in the comments if you want me to play it for you and do another video about it. And just let me know. Let me know what you think, guys. So let me know what you think. Just very strange that Seth would say that it ain't nothing and it was a trash truck, but the sheriff is keeping it tight to the vest and not saying nothing about it at all. So is there more to this video that meets the eye? You let me know. I'll see you guys on the next video.
Okay, now let's watch some of these. Trash truck versus camera footage. Sebastian Rogers. The Eve effect. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. The Eve effect.
Hey everyone, I was listening to Seth Rogers' latest interview with Fox 17 News reporter Caitlin Miller, where he mentions the neighborhood camera footage that was released is a trash truck. Let's listen.
And other news outlets were reporting that there were lights seen in the backyard that were caught on camera by a neighbor's video. Is that true?
No. What that was a trash truck went through, picked up trash, and when it left, of course it went faster. It didn't have to stop to pick up trash. That's just false information provided by a particular person.
Looking at the Hendersonville, Tennessee trash collection website, the city's current trash collection contract with Waste Pro states that time for trash collection may vary. However, the hours of operation shall not start before 6 a.m. or continue after 8 p.m. or dark, whichever occurs first on the same day. So I'm a bit confused as to the conflicting information. Hopefully that will be cleared up soon. Comment your thoughts below. What do you think?
Okay, now next one. Sebastian Rogers flashlight video. It was not a trash truck. Twisted reality. Let's watch this.
Hi, this is the second time I have tried to record this video, and it's going to be difficult for me to try and explain things, especially when you can't see my cursor, my arrow. So first, before I get into this, I want to say that if I am wrong, sorry, I apologize if I'm being too loud. If I am wrong, then tell me. If I am wrong because I have misunderstood something, then please let me know. If I've just misunderstood something, please let me know. Like, I'm okay. I can take that type of criticism, as long as you're not calling me names, right? I can take it. It's okay. I'm a 35-year-old man. I can take these things. I'm not like a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of other creators. Like, I'm okay. If I've done something wrong, if I've misunderstood something, please let me know. So this is going to be difficult for me because of various reasons. You can't see my cursor, so you won't be able to see where I'm pointing at. So I'm going to try and describe it as well as I can. We all remember the flashlight video that was released, right? Nick Berris, I think it was, claimed that there were two subjects and that one of them was moving towards the other. The second subject was moving towards the first subject. We were then told that that was lights from a trash truck, right? And I've always thought, well, this doesn't make sense. I think we're being lied to here. You know, that's what I've always thought. I think we're being lied to. I don't know why they'd lie to us, but we all know that the authorities legally can, and often do lie to the public for various reasons. Whatever reasons they are, could be different when it comes to different cases, but they can and they will if they need to. So we were told that these flashlight videos were lights from a trash truck, and there were a lot of people out there that were like, well, we've never seen trash truck lights move like that, right? We were also told that the lights were from a few streets away, right? That they were caught from a few streets away. I don't believe that explanation, and I'm going to try my best to explain why I don't believe that explanation. So what you're seeing on screen, let me start this. Remember the video, right? That video was a small section taken from a video clip taken from the view of this camera that you're seeing on screen. So this camera that you're seeing on screen, the screenshot that you're seeing, is a screenshot from that exact same camera that the flashlight video was taken from. But the flashlight video that we saw was only a small section of the recording. So I've got a view from that same camera, and we are being told, and I'll later explain why, but we are being told that this view that you're seeing now is from the same night that Sebastian went missing. So therefore should be from the same night that supposed flashlight video was taken from also. So the screenshot and the flashlight video supposedly, or maybe people are assuming, that it was taken from the same night. I don't think that this would have been put out there if it wasn't taken from the same night. I agree with Michelle, when it comes to that. So, the screenshot that you see now from the camera and the flashlight video taken on the same night, right? We are told that they're not flashlights. We are told that they are trash truck lights taken from a few streets away. I'm going to try and show you why that, in my opinion, is kind of impossible, right? So, man. So when I try and explain a few things in editing, when I'm editing this video, I'm going to try and zoom in so you understand what I mean, because you can't see my cursor, so you can't see where I'm pointing. Right. Here we go. I'm going to show that I'm going to keep this screenshot on screen, and then I'm going to overlay the video, the flashlight, supposed flashlight video. So I'm going to do that now. You see that? See that? See subject.
So I think subject 1 is right here. So I think that could be the trash truck, in my opinion.
Subject 1, you see the lights that seems to be coming from a house in the top left-hand corner, and you see subject 2 come on screen there. Let me just turn this video off. You see it? You see the subject 1 light and the light source that seems to be coming from a house of some sort. You see how on the screenshot of the larger view and the zoomed in part of the flashlight video, you see how those lights are in the same position. The flashlight video and the screenshot that you see on screen now are from the same camera, and I've tried my best in overlaying to get the proportions right as well, and I think I'm pretty close, as you can see. So future me, zoom in to the light, and future me will know what light I am talking about. Future me, zoom into the light reflection and the light source. Right, you see this light that I'm also going to mark out with a circle, and you see the light source, so the reflection, and then you can see where the light is coming from.
So you guys watch some of the light movements, okay? Because that's what he's trying to explain, is some of the lights may or may not be the trash truck. Some of them may be as well. Some of them may be the flashlights as well, not just the trash truck.
The actual light source. Well, I'm going to let Michelle After Dark explain what this is. And I have to do it this way because of the way that I'm recording. You can't see where I'm pointing at. So I'm going to let Michelle After Dark explain what this light reflection, the light and the light source, is or could be. And I do believe this.
So this light comes on. So watch here. So these are the vehicles on the driveway. You can see the edge of the driveway there. You can see a vehicle there. You can see a vehicle there. And this is the mailbox. And then those are floodlights from a house further down Stafford. And this tiny dot here is the light on this house. There. Right on that house, right directly across. So the camera's here. Now the camera's actually pointing to the driveway, so it's covering the driveway, but it captures Stafford. It doesn't catch Kelling, but it captures Stafford. All right, so if we just play this video, the light comes on here. There. So I think that's when the that's either a headlight or a tail light. When it triggers the camera, it becomes visible on the camera. And there's the light. Okay, so that's the video that we're talking about.
Right, so it seems like the light source is coming from either a headlight or a tail light of a car, right? And the reflection of the light, not the light source, but the reflection of the light is shone on a banking, a dip in the banking across the street from where this camera is. And I'm going to try and show you what I mean now. apparently this is where the light reflection that comes from the light source, apparently this is what's being lit up. So this is directly across the street from the camera, right? But again, we turn that off and we look at this. You see the top right hand corner again, the subject one light, and the light from the top left corner of the video source that you can see. You see there, subject one, and then the other light source in the top left is the exact same as the screenshot from the full view of that same camera. And you see also just below those two light sources, the subject one light source and the light source that seems to be coming from a house on the top left. You see just below that in the screenshot, the light reflection on the banking and the light source that seems to be coming from either a headlight or a tail light from the car. So you see all those lights there, right? Let me overlay the video again. You see? Same proportion, same light sources, subject one, and then the light source that seems to be coming from a house. It's the same camera. See that? It's the same camera, same view.
So these are, the camera is pointing at some of the areas. I think this is the front of the house. So there's subject one is around this area, and then subject two is over here. So that's what he's trying to explain. So this could be the trash truck lights.
Same everything. And I've done my best to overlay it to try, and when I've tried to overlay it, I have overlaid it. I've tried my best to get the same proportion. You can see there, right? Subject one light, and then the light that seems to be coming from a house in the top left-hand corner of that video. See that? It's the same proportion, same positions, same camera. If we take into account just above, you can see Michelle's cursor there, the Michelle's arrow just below the light source that we are thinking is coming from a mount. So look at that light source that we think is coming from a headlight or a tail light from a car. Keep that in mind. So from that light source, you can sort of like in your head figure out where the car is placed, right? So keep that in mind. Keep it in mind that all the lights from the video and the screenshot are in very similar proportions, very similar positions. It's the same camera, and we are assuming from the same night. So if on the video source, I change the opacity. We just change the opacity. Look at this. So we can see both videos at the same time. I think that's enough. So the opacity, I've changed it. So you can see the video source and the screenshot from both being from the exact same cameras, and we are assuming the exact same night. So we can see it, right? We can see it. Keep in mind where the light source from the car is coming from. Keep that in mind and watch subject 2. Watch where subject 2 is walking towards.
Subject 2 is
watch where
around
subject
here.
2 is walking towards.
Yeah, see, subject 2 is over here.
You see it? You see it? Watch where subject 2 is walking towards. Let me just start the video again. Watch where subject 2 is walking towards. Watch where subject 2 is walking towards. Did you see it? Did you see what I saw? Right. So, the screenshot is the full view from the same camera as the flashlight video. It's the same camera, and we are assuming the same night, right? Otherwise, why would they release it if it wasn't the same night? We're assuming the same night. So in the screenshot that you can see on screen, you can see the light source coming from what we think is either a headlight or a tail light of a car, and then the reflection of the light that's lighting up the banking coming from that light source. Again, I will let Michelle explain.
So this light comes on. So watch here. So these are the trucks, vehicles on the driveway. You can see the edge of the driveway there. You can see a vehicle there. You can see a vehicle there. And this is the mailbox. And then those are floodlights from a house further down Stafford.
Okay, so yeah, then
And
this
this
is the
tiny dot
floodlights then, coming from a house. So the trash truck must be coming around from here somewhere down the road.
Here is the light on this house. There. Light on that house. Light directly across. So the camera's here. Now the camera's actually pointing to the driveway. So it's covering the driveway, but it captures Stafford. It doesn't catch Kelling, but it captures Stafford. All right, so if we just play this video, the light comes on here. There. So I think that's when the that's either a headlight or a tail light. When it triggers the camera, it becomes visible on the camera. And there's the light. Okay, so that's the video that we're talking about.
If this is true, if it is the same camera, and if it is the same night, it doesn't necessarily mean, because people are like, well, you can't see the headlight and you can't see the light coming from the headlight in the flashlight video itself, right? Doesn't mean that the car wasn't still there. It doesn't mean that the car wasn't still there. That car could have been still there.
Exactly. So the car was still probably there and waiting for whoever, in my opinion, was carrying Sebastian out.
During the flashlight video, just without the lights on. And if you look at the overlay of the screenshot with the car light there that I've got on screen now, and then if I turn on the video, the flashlight video, and you watch where subject 2 walks towards, assuming that subject 2 is in fact a person with a flashlight, that subject 2 is moving towards where the car would have been parked. Subject 2 is moving towards where that car would have been parked. It's walking towards the same position as the car. It's walking towards the same position as the car. In the flashlight video, you can't see the light coming from the car, but it is the same night, it's the same camera, and it doesn't mean that in the flashlight video that the car wasn't there. The car could have been there just without its lights on. Now, let's just assume that what I've just said is right. Right? Let's just assume what I've just said and what I've tried to explain is right. If that is right, which I do believe it is, because the lights, the subject 1 light and the light from the house in the flashlight video is in the same position as the lights from the screenshot, as you see. And both the flashlight video and the screenshot come from the same camera. So it's in the same position, which means, excuse me, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. The light that's also on the banking from the car light, let me just like in my opinion, if you look, the first subject, the subject one light has to be coming from a house directly or near a house or from the house directly across the street, which is this house on the right hand side in the screenshot you see now with the trucks. If that light is coming from that house, which we are led to believe, then if you look at the proportions, you see, let me just get it up here. That there, I've overlaid this picture as well. So if that light, like this picture that you see now, is not the correct proportions, it's pretty difficult to get that from Google Maps. But if you look, if the subject one if the subject one light from the video is coming from across the street, directly across the street, and if you look at the proportions of the light, the car light and the subject one light, the subject one light has to be coming from the house or really close to the house, directly across the street from the camera. If you look at the proportions, like this is the view. If you then try and line it up, you know, the light, the subject one light has to be coming from the house across the street. I can't line it up exact, but the subject one light has to be coming from the house across the street, which means the second light that we see from the video, the one that looks like a house, has to be coming from the house close. How do I explain this? Like, I'm really bad at explaining things. The second light on the video, right, that seems to be coming from a house, that looks like it's coming from a house, has to be from one of the houses on the left-hand side of this screenshot that I'm moving around. If you line it up, if you line the banking up with the light that's shone on the banking from the you see the light from the car that's shining on the banking. I'm lining it up with the banking from this screenshot. Whichever way I do it, whichever way I place it, that second house light in the top left-hand corner has to be coming from one of the houses that you see on the screenshot here. Which means, if this is right, and I'm sorry for explaining it in a really crappy way, but I've had a hard time doing this. If I'm right that the subject one light is coming from the house directly across the street, and the second light that looks like a house from the top left-hand corner of the video, you see, the top left-hand corner light that looks like it's coming from a house is coming from a house, which it looks like it is, then it has to be, when you look at the proportions, it has to be one of the houses on the screenshot in the top left-hand corner of the screenshot that I'm moving around now. It has to be one of those. Sorry, it has to be one of those houses. If you line it up or try and line it up, it has to be coming from one of those houses when you look at the proportions of the lights on the screenshot plus.
So some of the lights will probably coming from the neighbor's house and from CP's and KK's house.
Plus the flashlight video. Which means if you look at where the subject 2 light goes, sorry for the heavy breathing. If you look at the subject 2 light, in my opinion, it seems like subject 2 is coming from where is it? Not that. Subject 2 has to be coming from somewhere around these houses within the middle of this screenshot. It has to be. It has to be. If you look at the proportions of everything, the light has to be coming excuse me, from one of these houses or roundabout behind these houses that you see on the screenshot. Has to be. Gee, I would really like, not to promote my video, not to promote my channel, I would really like to get onto one of these channels that I see on YouTube talking about this stuff and explain it live on one of their panels as to what I mean, what I'm trying to get across. If you line everything up and you line all the proportions up as well, that second subject light that we believed at first was a flashlight has to be coming from in between the houses that you see in this screenshot. It has to be. And I'll try and zoom in. It has to be coming from the middle down these, like you see the house on the left and the house on the right that's directly across the street from the camera. It has to be coming, subject 2 has to be coming in between these houses. Has to be coming in between these houses for it all to line up. I am recording this part.
In my opinion, he could be right.
This section of the video after the original part, like I'm in the middle of editing the video, the main video, and in between doing that, I've watched parts of Michelle's video again, and so she basically explains that the subject from the flashlight video, the subject 1 light on the right hand side of the video there is actually a stationary light that is above the, or seems to be above the garage door of the house directly across from the camera. So I know like some people are going to say, well, in the video, you're not lining it up properly. And to a point, I'm not, and that's not on purpose. Like, it's pretty hard to do this. But when you line the subject 1 light up with the light above the garage door from across the street, it doesn't line up right with the light shone on the banking. But regardless of that, regardless of how it's lined up, regardless of all of that, regardless of how it lines up with the light above the garage door from across the street from the camera, if you try, regardless of the way you try and line everything up, keeping in mind and taking into account the proportions of everything as well, like the light that is coming from the tail light or a headlight of a car on the street, right? That light that we spoke about, and then the light shining on the banking across the street, if you line everything up, none of it makes sense, regardless of the way that you line the lights up. Even if subject 1 light is in the correct position and the same position as the light above the garage door, regardless of how you line it up, nothing makes sense. If I rotate it still, and I'll do that for you as much as I can. Let me just see there. I can get this up. I can rotate this. That's rotating the wrong way. Line it up again. I'm moving it up and down. Rotate it, line it up again. Regardless of how you line it up, the light from the second light, not subject 2, but the second light from the flashlight video, the one that looks like floodlights coming from a house, that light does not make sense. It has to be coming from one of these houses. The way, regardless of how you turn it or how you try and line it up, whether it's right or wrong, and people say what I've done is wrong, and maybe in some instances it is, but it's really hard to get it right, 100% correct. But regardless of how you line it all up, taking into account the proportions from the light above the garage door across the street from the camera, plus the light from the headlight or tail light of the car that's then shining on the banking, if you line it all up and take all of the proportions into account, regardless of how you line it all up, right? The subject 2 light, then the floodlights that looks like it's coming from a house, can't be coming from above these tree lines or through the tree lines. Keeping in mind that I think at the time of the year that Sebastian went missing, the canopy might not have been there. So take that into account. But even still, it couldn't have been coming from streets away. It just couldn't have been. It's not possible, in my opinion. The floodlights that looks like it's coming from a house has to be coming from one of these houses here. The floodlights that seem to be coming from another house on the flashlight.
So not CP's or KK's house, but probably one of the neighbor's house is what he's trying to say.
Regardless of how you line everything up, how I've lined everything up, regardless of how I have rotated everything, the light placement doesn't make sense unless the floodlights coming from that looks like it's coming from the house, a house on the flashlight footage is coming through, unless that light is coming from one of these houses here, which also means that the subject to light that seems to be moving has to be coming from in the middle of this house and this house. It has to be coming down the middle, which means it was coming and walking towards the direction of where the car was in the other footage. Keeping in mind that the two clips are from the same camera on the same night. So in the flashlight footage, in the flashlight footage, you can't see the head / and or tail light in the flashlight footage. You can't see that, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't there. And regardless of how you try to twist it and turn it and line the lights up, keeping in mind and taking into account the proportions of everything, the floodlights in the top left-hand corner of the flashlight footage has to be coming from one of these houses here, which means the subject to light that seems to be moving independently of everything has to be coming down the middle of these houses, in my opinion, regardless of how you tried to line the lines up. It doesn't make sense for the subject to light to be a light from a trash truck from streets away. Regardless of how you line it up, the trash truck explanation makes zero fucking sense. My opinion.
Sorry, you guys, for the language. I did not know
on the top left-hand corner
happen.
of the flashlight footage is coming from one of these houses, which means the subject to light that we think is moving independently of all the other lights is coming down the middle of these houses here, which means the subject to light was walking towards where the car would have been.
Now, let's move on to the next video. Sebastian Rogers trash truck reconstruction. Let's watch this one, you guys. Okay. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for this one. please, if you can, for those in the bushes that are watching, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't, and also share my channel out into the YouTube algorithm. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
The video you're about to see is from early Monday morning, February 26th, around 3:10 a.m. Now, there are no street lights in the Stafford Court neighborhood, so it is at night, pitch black. What you will see here are these 2 points of light believed to be people with flashlights in the area around Sebastian Rogers' Hendersonville home.
And other news outlets were reporting that there were lights seen in the backyard that were caught on camera by a neighbor's video. Is that true?
No. What that was a trash truck.
Exactly.
Went through.
Seth is correct, in my opinion, and allegedly.
Picked up trash, and when it left, of course, it went faster. It didn't have to stop to pick up trash. That's just false information provided by a particular person.
Seth Rogers is Sebastian Rogers' father. And Seth Rogers says in the Nightlight video, what we see is a trash truck driving down Honeysuckle Drive. And the lights are coming from either the trash men with the light on their hat or the vehicle itself. But, well, there'd be two lights. Now, we're going to examine whether this is possible or not in this video. And we're going to look in this direction instead of the usual direction because nobody ever looks this way. Today, I wanted to look at the angle that Seth was talking about. He said, up this road, we could see Honeysuckle Drive at the top and that the trash truck was driving around, and that's what the night lights were. But as you can see, now that it's winter on the map and the trees are all out of the way, we can't actually see Honeysuckle Drive up there. So now we've got the complete view and the complete angle of the whole picture, and there's no sign of Honeysuckle Drive up there at all. Now with this new updated map, we can see that the boat is connected to the black truck there, and that's helpful for positioning this boat as well, because I thought it might be connected to the truck on the Nightlight video as well. So that's a good angle to get. And you can see that you can get two vehicles down the length of the drive as well. So that shows how long this drive is. Two vehicle lengths, which means my drive was pretty accurate as well. I had previously rebuilt the Nightlights video using models in a 3D modeling package. And now I've put the timestamp where it's supposed to be, and it's near to the back of this black truck. So you can't see above the timestamp. And if I try to move the whole screen, it moves the timestamp. So if you wanted to see Honeysuckle Drive, I've rebuilt it up here in 3D models, but you've got to move the timestamp down from the top of the screen, halfway down the screen to see it as well. So even without the trees, and even with the building missing there as well, you can see bits of it, but not if you was to rotate it to where the timestamp's supposed to be.
Even with the trees and without, you can still see trash truck lights. If you understand what I'm talking about. And that's what she's talking about too.
Can't see any of it at all. And it doesn't matter where this boat is at all. People have said, oh, well, it depends where the boat is. Well, it doesn't, because I can move the boat, all right? I can move it anywhere I want. And, you know, so what are we going to do? Move the boat, move the timestamp. You can't see, you know, you can't see above there. What are you going to see? Even if I keep moving the boat, you know. And it's just getting further back as well. There's no way you can see Honeysuckle Drive up there. Now we're where the boat is. You can't see that white building and that. People have been saying you can see up here. Look how high that is compared to the boat and the timestamp. Look how high up above the timestamp it is. How are you going to see that above the timestamp? Everybody knows the timestamp has to stay at the top of the screen all the time. So there's no way you can see Honeysuckle Drive from that Night Lights video. Now we're further away from the camera. And as you can see, this is where the camera would be on this wall, looking down like this. These cars, okay? That's Honeysuckle Drive up there. So if you're looking down that way, how are you going to see up there, way up in the air? You know, look how many, that's the top of the boat that you can see. How are you going to look up there to see Honeysuckle Drive? It's elevated, you can't see it. Let's take a look at the top view. This is where the camera's positioned. This is the boat and the vehicle in front of the boat. This is Stafford Court. This is Sebastian Rogers' house over here. And then all the way over here is Honeysuckle Drive, and it's elevated. It's elevated out of frame of the video that we watched. So let's say we could see up here, Honeysuckle Drive, okay? This is the top of the frame. And if I show you now the Night Lights video underneath, here's the Night Lights video down here. See where the boat ends, you can see where the timestamp is there. See where all the vehicles are positioned. If you look at my vehicle and the vehicles on the screen, you can see they're in the same place and everything. And you can see the boat there, that's the timestamp. Now there's no way you can see above the timestamp here. These things are all above the timestamp. The white building and that building, Honeysuckle Drive down here. And then it gets hidden behind this building here with the garage doors. So, you know, I don't know how many different ways I can say it. It doesn't matter where you move the boat. You can't see over there. I mean, you're not going to put the boat over here, are you? You're not going to, you know, that's the only way you'd be able to see it. If you're chopping the boat off at the top, you'd have to have the boat way up the road to be able to see Honeysuckle Drive. So the final conclusion is that we can't see Honeysuckle Drive, and it's more likely that we're looking in this direction over the common area near to Sebastian Rogers' house. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you again soon.
Isn't that crazy, you guys? Bed crime stories. Let's watch this one.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea.
Welcome to Bedcrime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T. If you like all things true crime, if you like it delivered in a peaceful, tranquil manner, if you like it clear and concise without drama, then I highly recommend you subscribe. And if you like what you hear, please smash the like button. It's a free way you can help. And now, without further ado, let's dig in. I wanted to share 3 video clips that were leaked from one of the neighbor's security cameras. I found these on the mysterious disappearance of Sebastian Rogers Facebook page, and I'm going to read the note that the person who posted them wrote. The note reads, I think there's a lot of confusion about the video clips that were leaked. There are 3 total, all taken from the same camera and all slightly different. 34-second video. This is the video clip that shows the mystery car taillights / front lights spontaneously light up. That mystery car is stopped in the road and in the general area of the red circle in the diagram below. I'm going to share that diagram with you guys as well. Moving on, the note says, 19-second video. This video clip is the full frame of the flashlight 1 and 2 video. Yellow circle on the diagram is the 2 lights that Nick video are zoomed in on. So she's referring to Nick Barris. He's the reporter who first shared the video of the 2 mystery lights. The note continues, quote, in my opinion, there is only one moving light. 12-second video. This video clip is full frame of Nick's flashlight running back to the house video. A tiny light can be seen moving quickly in the dark area toward the top. All of these videos are from a camera on the garage of 101 Stafford. The diagram below illustrates the approximate field of view for that camera. The moving lights are in the drainage ditch that runs between, behind, / between. I think this person who posted meant to write between / behind Sebastian and his neighbors' houses. Okay, that's what the note says. Now I'm going to share the videos again along with the note to try to make sure this is all very clear. I'm going to play the videos in the order that she described them.
So watch closely, you guys. Watch the lights.
Okay, so that was the 34-second video. I'm going to play it again for you. This is the video clip that shows the mystery car tail lights / front lights spontaneously light up. That mystery car is stopped in the road, and it's where the red circle was in the diagram. Let me play it again for you. Moving on to the 19-second video. This video clip is the full frame of the flashlights 1 and 2 video. The yellow circle on the diagram represents the 2 lights that the Nick Barris video are zoomed in on. This lady thinks there's only one moving light. Let's play that one. You should look toward the lower right side of the screen for a tiny dot that represents what this lady believes is 1 flashlight, not 2. I'm going to play it again for you. And finally, I'm going to play the 12-second video, which is a full frame of Nick Barris's flashlight running back toward the house very quickly. You'll see a tiny light can be seen moving quickly in the dark area towards the top.
It's not a big light. Those at the top, remember, these are the floodlights. So there's 2 other lights down here.
Did you see it? Let me play it again for you. Personally, I find this all very compelling. I have never felt right about that 3 a.m., 3:10, 3:30, whatever the time is. I haven't felt good about that video with those 2 lights. To me, those were never trash trucks. I've only let that go because Seth said that law enforcement showed it to him and they were these trucks. Chris Proudfoot has said the same thing, but I personally don't believe a whole heck of a lot that he says. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time on Bed Crime Stories.
Now I'm just going to check to see what time we're at. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing screen. We're going to come back tomorrow, but with a new stream. What? Jacob, you put Lolly's link in the wrong chat. You put it in the back chat. I meant for you to put Lolly's link in the in my actual chat in the YouTube chat, like on the stream. But it's okay. I was dropping the links. But if those in the bushes can hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and also share my channel out into the YouTube algorithm to help me boost my channel up, that would be very much appreciated. And thank you for those that came out to watch, even though you didn't type in chat. That is all right. But until tomorrow, you guys, peace. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for a lot.
You're welcome.